Okay, so we're at the last day of the CEDIA Expo 2025, and I've given you a couple of walkthroughs of the venue as it was being built, so I thought it would be only appropriate to show you around real quick on the last day. This is one area down here. Here, let me go a little wider. One area we hadn't covered. This area was also under construction at the very beginning. And I just thought I might give you a peek. This is downstairs outside of the convention center. Some really cool stuff going on down here. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. My bird bike lost its power about half a mile into my ride from my Airbnb. But anyway, down here we have Quantum Media Systems right there. For my money, one of my favorite demos every year is Quantum Media Systems. They build these large micro LED walls. I love what Just Video Walls is doing upstairs, and we'll see them in a second. But there's something about this product that's all proprietary, what they're doing. And it's also bespoke in many ways. Their custom installation, their white glove service. But what they're doing is really awesome, and we're gonna hopefully sneak down for an interview with Ken Hoffman, the owner of Quantum. We did not catch that this year. We've done it in years past. Right here we have Trinnov Audio. Huge announcements from them. I love that team. They are fantastic. Same with StormAudio. Just amazing people. Super passionate about their products. Epson, we didn't meet with Epson this year. We covered Epson at Audio Advice Live, Theory Audio, Paul Hales, Aaron Phillips. Awesome folks. Paul put on quite a show again this year. We had a great discussion with him about bass. That's going to be going on our channel. That, folks, is an awesome demo. They make phenomenal speakers. And you might be thinking, okay, phenomenal speakers, high dollar. Yeah, they're expensive, but comparatively speaking to other high-end speakers in the custom integration circuit, they are exceptionally well priced. Paul had, a really fun ending to his demo where he talked about one of the rooms upstairs being $1 million room. And he had just played a multi-channel system in his room consisting of, I believe, a couple subs and four surround channels, and all the amplification along with the Kaleidoscape system, everything all in was somewhere in the realm of about $86,000. There's our Blue Bear looking in, checking everything out. And then he said, hey, I hear there's $1 million room upstairs. And then he went on to explain that if you bought his system, you could still build a house for that equipment. So here's a look inside. We have some really fun coverage with Sony. You can see right there, they put out a bunch of equipment that their company has built over the years. What's really interesting about that, you'd think that they would have a vault full of their equipment. In fact, they don't. They had to go out and find this equipment. I think some of it was bought at secondhand stores, some of it sourced from collectors, but I have a video coming out where there's a quick rundown of what they have to offer. They also had a large micro LED wall inside their showroom right there that was pretty spectacular. Maybe I'll swing around and see if it's on. It is in fact on. So let me just see if I can give you guys a quick peek inside of there. Yep. So there it is. Yeah, big screen. Big screen. So you can see what I'm talking about. In our last video, it was, I think, 15 or 20 hours before kickoff. And all the carpet hadn't been laid. There were still some boxes and forklifts and things like that going on. but you can see how clean cut everything looks. I think it's just so cool. It basically goes from rags to riches very, very quickly. Here we have the folks at AVPro. Had a wonderful interview with them about their new Hyperion line. We'll have some information. I actually have the interview will be going live on YouTube and on our website, but you can see they received one of our Best of Show awards for this year for the Hyperion line. Some really exciting stuff coming along with that, particularly with art. A lot of you had questions about art. Art is going to be on board at launch. That's what they're saying. It sounds like they did a great job on building out that equipment. That stuff is built from the ground up. So old audio control out the window, new audio control in the window, so to speak. And it's hard to tell how the larger enthusiast and integration community will react to a new product, of course. But I have a sneaking suspicion that equipment is going to be extraordinarily popular. And I want to give a shout out to Micah Shevlov. Micah is a PR professional, a good friend of mine. He helped set up interviews with the folks that we talked to there, and he went out of his way to set that all up. And I want to give a shout out to some of the PR folks that have helped me build out my schedule here along the way. Okay, so another great stop that we had was with Anthony Grimani. This is his MP84 in-ceiling speaker, which folks actually got a Best of Show award from us. This is cool. Aluminum cabinet, goes in ceiling. Obviously, it's a passive speaker. You can't have active speakers up in the ceiling. It has a bass driver in it. This is a ported design. I'm telling you, you might be thinking this doesn't look like much. This thing is awesome. It sounded awesome. So impressed. Anthony was just recognized with a Lifetime Achievement Award by CEDIA. If you talk to anybody in the CEDIA community, but also in the audio community, people love Anthony Grimani for good reason. He is just a wealth of knowledge and just well-deserved. But that speaker, folks, if you're thinking of in-ceiling and you want real sound, we're not talking about in-ceiling sound, but if you want real sound, I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath, and my brain is kind of turned off. It's still early in the morning, but that is definitely something to go check out. And he said he was getting a lot of action on that here at the show, so that was really cool to check out. So we visited our friends at SVS. I had a great walk around with Nick Brown. Such a nice guy. I mean, if you're familiar with them at all, Nick Brown. He's the forward-facing part of the company in many ways. But we had a great talk with him where we just did a casual walk around and just chatted about SVS. They didn't have anything new this year at the show. So, it was fun to just kind of, I was going to say something I probably shouldn't here on YouTube, but anyway, you know what I'm getting at. It was fun to hang out and hear what he had to say about some of their products. So here's just video walls. It looks like they're just getting started. That's Skylar Meek over there, good buddy of mine. His passion for video walls is just awesome, and I got to give a shout out to Sue Toscano, my great friend. She is the one that introduced me to just video walls, and I'm so glad that she did, because it's led to years of coverage. They do amazing stuff with video walls in the integrator space. They go from high end to high end, really, and what they're doing is just really cool. Skylar gave us a rundown of a new software system that they've developed that allows you to install one of these massive walls in your home, and then you can manipulate that software to change what's being shown on the screen. So you can see right there, I don't know if actually that's going to come out. You can see right there, it's just gone into trying to dim it down, it's gone into a 4-way panel. Those are probably roughly 65-inch screens right there. So it allows the consumer to easily manipulate. No, I'm just doing a quick walkthrough before I meet somebody. Thanks, Skylar. Have a good end of the day. Yeah, good seeing you. But yeah, it's like app control, quick switching. Yeah, it's just really cool. So we did an interview with a demo of that, so I hope you check that out. Here actually is some statics of what Theory has going on. So I can actually show you what I heard. I heard this guy in action right here. And you know, you look at the speaker and it has this industrial look, and it's meant to have that look, but it also can go into home theater duty. And wow, I'm telling you folks, that right there is killer. And these are the subwoofers right here that we heard in action in that room. Let me see, I believe there were dual 21-inch drivers in this right here. And then they had this mounted in the center, but I heard 2 of these in action, along with 4 of the white speakers over there. I'm sorry, Paul, I don't remember the model names. But that combination will blow your mind. They are awesome. I would love to have those in my home to trial run, just to see how it would play out in my room. But these guys are killer. This is the infrasonic subwoofer. I believe this will remain in prototype stage. I don't think that's ever going to have liftoff. It's really cool looking, but I think this is probably where it ends for that guy. You might be wondering what's some of the favorite things that I've heard here. See how I'm doing on time. Oh. I've got 3 minutes left here. Some of the favorite things that I've heard here. I've heard some really amazing home theater rooms. And hey, here's Michael Stevens. How's it going? That's right. Dueling cameras. What's up, Benny? How's it going? That's right. Don't look into the light, right? For my money, I can't say, I'm not going to say it that way. But this demo, the JBL Synthesis demo, I think might be my favorite presentation of the show. And that's not to disparage the other amazing demos. And I still, believe it or not, I still have not heard SR7, which is the Ascendo StormAudio room that I was here documenting, building out, and helping to build. Believe it or not, it's now getting close to the end of the show. I've not heard the final product. I loved the PMC Deus Audio room with StormAudio. I thought that was phenomenal. The Paragons of Home Theater, which is where we're about to end up, I thought was phenomenal. How's it going? It was just really, really awesome stuff. The Krix system was phenomenal. They were all just great in their own regard. But based on where I was sitting, I think the JBL room is a little different. Also, the way it's set up, it might be a little bigger. And a lot of that, has a big impact, especially in these show environments. Can have an impact on your overall experience. But, there was something about that JBL room that struck a chord with me. And I'm so glad that I went and took advantage of having a chat with them. Shout out to Veronica Espona. She's the PR person there, another good friend of mine, and just such a classy individual. She is always instrumental in helping me hook up with JBL and Jim Garrett and David Glabacki, just super awesome folks over there. This right here, this is the new Yamaha soundbar that has Auro 3D built in. We talked to Phil Shea about this to get some information. For you to digest, one cool thing is you can kind of see it up here. This is basically showing what's going on in this part of the speaker. These are the up-firing drivers, and what's cool about this is that these are adjustable in terms of how they're beaming, radiating their sound essentially, and you can adjust them. If you can imagine putting a mirror up on the ceiling from your seating position, looking up into the mirror, you want to be able to see this, right? Because the sound reflecting up will come back down in the same fashion and come to your seating area. And this basically allows you to do something like that, where you sit in your seating position and there's adjustments you can make to change the way this is beaming and reaching your ears. But this is a cool system. It's expensive. It's expensive. I wish it was not quite as expensive as it is. I've said that before, but it's really neat to see Auro 3D land in the soundbar market. They've been talking about it for a long time, and it's finally happened. You can see they had a little demo going in here, and we are going to finish up at Sound Room 11, which is right over here with Jim Peterson. That's who I am going to sit down with this morning for a few minutes before I have to ride my little e-bike back over to where I've been staying, about a mile away, to check out some stuff with Per Listen, which is really exciting. Then I'm back over here to the exhibit hall to finish up some interviews with StormAudio. Oh man, I have to open my calendar. Sorry, it's just too early in the morning. I haven't really even had breakfast yet, so my brain's not firing on all cylinders. Procella right here. We talked with Chuck Back. That's another video that's going to be going live. I mean, these guys are doing everything right. This is really, really cool equipment. This is part of their relaunch. Brand new subwoofers. Got a 21-incher here, 24 there. This guy right here, a smaller guy. I think it is a 10. You can see he's under wraps. It basically means that it hasn't been made yet, or it's still in prototype phase. So anyway, here's Jim Peterson right here with Lumigen and his wife, Tamara. We have a meeting here this morning for a few minutes, and then it's a race to the end of the day. Everything finishes up this morning or this afternoon around 3 o'clock, and then breakdown starts. And I'm not going to be here for breakdown, but I'm told all of this is going to be done and gone by about 12 o'clock tomorrow. So I can tell you, at the end of the day, I've been here for the end of the days before, right around the end of the show, everything is just getting torn apart. All the madness starts all over again. Carpets getting ripped up. You know, total craziness. And yeah, it just all disappears, only to arrive again next year. So anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed the last walkthrough here. Definitely subscribe so you can check out all the interviews from the show floor. Lots of fun stuff to listen to and digest. Oh, by the way, Alcons audio, they also sounded phenomenal. And I had a great talk with Tom Beck. He likes to get, as he says nerdy about his speakers. These are their new guys right here. They sounded so good. I think my buddy Matthew Pose is the one that calibrated this room. You can see they've got some fun stuff going on right here. Those are actually eyeballs at the bottom on their, I guess those are their ECL Sentinel 10. Tom, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if that's DSP or they look like amplifiers to me. It looks like they have the Trinnov in there. They have a Mad VR running, and then they've got their amps down there. Anyhow, folks, it's been a lot of fun doing some of these walkthroughs with you. Thanks for the excitement about them for those of you out there that enjoyed them. And we'll call that a wrap until next year.